Seekonk Speedway, the action track of the East. The best track around. City Silver Dodge. Welcome, race fans. And here we go on one more beautiful Saturday afternoon.
Each one of them is going to get those three different things. So we're going to take 5 tickets to the front, 5 to the back. And that'll be a little bit later on as Headsoil sounds your name with us. And also, Dick Durant is here from Personal County Power Station, Fund 107. He's just signed on here from the track a few minutes ago. And he's safe, so welcome you all.
These are the giveaways. We're giving away tonight with a number of a ticket.
Yeah, watch out! Watch out!
I'm going to take, let's see, I'm going to take the first 2 people who come up to the front of us at the Superman by the press box. You told me how to eat it.
Okay, thanks, Jim, and welcome everybody to Seekonk Speedway. Another Saturday night, Pennzoil and Fun 107 bringing us the racing action here tonight. Before we do get underway with the lineup for the first event of the night, I'd like to pass on a big welcome to Nanette Horton from Cohees, New York. The big Hop Harrington fans coming down from Cohees, New York to be with us here tonight. And also like to welcome them along with Nettie Lyons, who's back here tonight. She was with us on the microphone a few weeks ago, you may remember. And she'd like to also welcome her friends Nanette Horton from Cohees, New York. So welcome to the action track at East. That's what it's going to be tonight. A lot of action here tonight, so let's get it underway. Starting on the pole in this first qualifying round. Outside, Morris Levier from Warwick, Rhode Island in the 04. And rounding out the field, Manny Dias in the 121. Green flag is out front. And we get a black flag right away for the 04. The 04 of Maurice Levier. And he'll pull out. But our new leader, Matt Dewey, taking him down to the line for the first time tonight in the 104. The 109 of Matt Dewey falls back a little bit as Mark Soten goes into the lead in that red number 104. Russ Tatro is there on the inside in car number 62, and he takes over the second spot. We've got trouble right here in the front straightaway. Scott Fanning goes around in the number 98 as he and Dean Pont got together. Fanning's Ford Thunderbird sits on the inside of the racetrack in turn 1, but he's back underway. It is still Mark Soten up in front in that red number 104 for the 116 of Jim Sylvia from Portsmouth. Has reeled him in and is down on the inside under Russ Tatro at the halfway mark. Four down, 4 to go as they roll down the back straightaway. It is still Soten up in front. But on the outside comes the 116, Jim Sylvia. Keep your eyes on him. Sylvia up on the outside is the 4. Rob Kohler has a problem. You can see a lot of steam coming out of the front of the A&L Auto Parts Chevrolet, and he's done for the night. Black flag is out. for one of the cars, either actually looks like it'd be our race leader. Mark Soten, as you can see, a lot of liquid coming out of the back of the 104 with just 1 lap to go. 1 lap to go now for car number 116, Jimmy Silva. The 116, Jim Sylvia, is leading. Soten is second, but he's been getting the black flag in the 104. Third will be Tetro as the field rumbles back across the line. From Portsmouth, Rhode Island, it's Jim Sylvia. Finishing in second, he had been getting the black flag for the past couple of laps, but he came across the line in second. From Providence, Rhode Island, Mark Soten. Third spot, car number 62, from Acushnet, Russ Tetro. Finishing fourth was the 94 of George Carafas from Southeastern Mass. And rounding out the top 5, and the number 29 came from 14th spot to do it here tonight. Car number 29 from right here in Seekonk, it's Dave Furtado. That was round number 1 for the street division here tonight. Okay. Round number 2 is on the Speedway, and here's the way they're going to come around. On the pole in the number 123, it'll be Russ Spohr, and alongside in the number 110 from Pawtucket, it's Kevin Folan. Starting third in the number 56 from Woonsocket, the Countryside Auto Salvage Oldsmobile, that's Jerry Bastian. And outside of the 09, the Bill Sitco Tiverton Auto Parts TSR Services number 09 from Newport, it's Tim Nisbet. Starting in the 5th spot, car number 18 from Mansfield, the Torman Chiropractic Auto Graveyard Chevy. Roll on turn 4, Ron DeFredo winds him up, and the green flag is out. Kevin Folan jumps out into the lead. And on the outside, Tim Nisbet takes over second. Here comes the 56. Up on the outside as well, Jerry Bastian. As they come back to the line, Dave Gould, Bill Manchester, taking 3 wide out through turns 1 and 2. Russ Spohr down to the inside. Gould goes by for 4th. Manchester takes 5th. As they roll out of turn 4, the action is for the lead. Kevin Folan is out front. Tim Nisbet, second in the 09. Then it's the 56 of Jerry Bastian. The 55 of Dave Gould, and the 95 of Bill Manchester. Tim Nisbet now makes a move to the inside. We're just about at the halfway mark as they come out of turn 4. 4 down, 4 to go, and it is still the 110 of Kevin Folan. Nisbet now to the inside, makes a bid for the lead as they roll out of turn 4. And it appears as though Tim Nisbet takes over the top spot. Bill Manchester also makes a nice move, and he takes over 4th as we've got a couple of cars together out in turn 3. And there's a little bit of liquid out of the racetrack from the 96 of Bobby Clark. And now, Billy Manchester gets by the number 56 of Jerry Bastian with 2 laps to go. And Manchester makes an impressive move up to 3rd. Dave Gould slides through in the 55, and he'll try to get under Bastian now. As they head down the back straightaway, they come together. White flag is out. 1 lap to go for the 09 of Nisbet. Nisbet wheels out of turn number 4 and nails down the way to the 09. Second spot is the 110 of Folan. Manchester comes home 3rd of the 95 with Bastian 4th, and Dave Gould rounding out the top 5. So there you have it, another qualifier in the books. And our race winner in the 09 out of Newport, Rhode Island, TSR Service Blue Chevrolet, that is Kevin Folan. Finishing in 3rd, a good run from 8th spot in the Ellis Racing Parts Auto Affair McGruff's Pub Manchester Racing Engine Chevy. It is Bill Manchester. Finishing in 4th, car number 56 from Woonsocket, the Countryside Auto Salvage. Town Line Sales, City Line Auto Repair, Oldsmobile for Jerry Bastian. And rounding out the top 5 in the number 55 from North Kingston in the Ocean State Engines, Rhode Island Tire, Wheelix Service, Boston Neck Motors, number 55. It was Dave Gould. So that's qualifying round number 2 for the street division here tonight. Want to let you know that in your travels around the racetrack tonight, if you happen to find an orange wallet, we'd like to ask you to bring it down to the base of the announcer's tower. Once again, if you happen to find an orange wallet as you walk around the Speedway tonight, someone has lost one, and we'd appreciate it if you bring it down to the base of the tower. This is the third qualifying round now on the Speedway for our street stock division. They'll have 4 qualifying heats tonight, 8 laps the distance for each one. Also tonight, we've got qualifying rounds for our sportsman division. We've got a tremendous field of pro stocks with 70 of Glenn Lawton from Westport, the 100 from Dighton, Andrew Johnson, Joe Kaskowitz in the 90, 119, and Dino Silvera out of Acushnet with a 117. And we're racing. Chris Davenport. He immediately jumps out of the lead in the number 44. And Davenport, out of Warwick, has that top spot. Running in second, Joe Bannister in the number 39. And then it's Walt Britton in the number 97 and the 82 of Scott Sundin. And we've got trouble out in turn 2. Rich Clark in the 31 sorts himself out, but Rich Napier has to go all the way to the tail end of the field on that one. It is still car number 44, the driver's seat. Chevy Nova of Chris Davenport out in front. Joe Bannister rides second, followed by Walt Britton and the 82 of Scott Sundin. Jim Kroll has moved up to 5th. Gene Weston is up to 6th in the Pennzoil 00 at the halfway mark. 4 laps down and 4 laps remain. A big lead right now for Chris Davenport. In car number 44, but the driver to watch is that 00. Gene Weston from Warwick, Rhode Island, as he's way up high out of turn 4. Just keeps the car off the wall. Glenn Lawton in the number 70 is another driver to watch. Glenn started back in 17th position, and he's storming his way up through. He's up into the 7th spot with 2 to go. Glenn Lawton takes over 6th at the start-finish line with 2 laps remaining. He started 17th on the field, and the Lawton's Getty Chevrolet is on the move. White flag is out. 1 to go for Davenport. Second is Joe Bannister. Britton rides in 3rd, followed by Sundin and Prohl. Checkered is out, and Davenport wins it. Chris Davenport nails down the win. The Warwick, Rhode Island driver comes home as the winner in the 3rd qualifying heat. 3rd spot was the 97 for Walt Britton out of East Bridgewater in the Berta Tire Perkins Avenue Cafe automobile. Coming home in the 4th spot, car number 63, Jimmy Prohl. And rounding out the top 5 was, I believe, the number 70 of Glenn Lawton also, or actually the 82 of Scott Sundin also up there in the top 5. 4th and final qualifying round is out now for the street division. Once again, here's Jim Power. Jim?
Bobby Bush Jr. from West Warwick in car number 19 will be on the pole with Sean Anaz, number 19, Rossi's Auto Care in West Warren. All-State Collision Service sponsored automobile. Number 57 is Dave Petty Jr., the Freetown Sand and Gravel automobile, car number 57 from Masonic. Rob Chase from North Kingstown in car number 66, the 02 Greg Gersini from Bristol, Rhode Island. Go ahead and open them.
That's okay.
Pete Flynn from...
Let's stay here and watch the races.
All right. And we got the green flag we're on in racing. As Bobby Bush in that. And we got a jam right there between the 1st and 2nd turns. We got the 0 and the car number 20 automobile. Kevin Govia and Frank Kaiser getting tangled up, and we go back to the original start all over again. Racing memorabilia. We got a green, and Bobby Bush gets the green and runs with it. Bobby Bush has the green, and Bobby Bush is taking the lead by storm. They have 4 deep. Hold on, somebody tagged in the back. They're 4 deep in the turns. Look out. As they get through it, 5. And the 53 finally goes around backwards. Somebody had to give up there. And the 47 nails him. Eddie Claremont Steve Taylor. And he is able to keep on running, and so is Steve Taylor. As they take off without losing a lap, but they're about ready to get left arm by Busch. And here goes an engine to lunch. It looks like an engine getting ready to go to lunch, the 35, and he's going to get black flags. As the smoke is coming from underneath, not up one of the tires. The 23 also looks like it's getting ready to go. The 23 looks like it's getting ready to go down. It's downtown time. The 35 cannot make it around. He hangs up on the turn at the halfway mark. The 35 hangs off on the track. Let's see if that's going to stop now. He may be enough off the track to keep things going.
Still running.
With 2 laps remain, Busch now with a serious challenge being put on by Dave Petty. As Busch, who started off on the pole, has managed to keep the pole. Petty down the inside of Busch. As Kohler in the 43 automobile is pouring it to it and moving up very, very quickly through all that traffic. It's white flag time. 1 more lap around. We got a bumper loose in the track. Everybody's running over the bumper, blowing tires. Yellow is out. The 24 is round and round as he's got a tire blowed. He ran over that bumper. And hold on. I believe he probably will call it a race in a minute. I'm not sure on that, but Mr. McGee in the 24 automobile, Chris McGee, he ran over that bumper and poof, that was the end of that tire. Coming down, green, white, and checker. It's all going to happen right now. And something went wrong with Bobby Busch's car. It started to come out of the turn. I think it jumped out of gear on him. Bobby Busch, who led all the way around in this heat. Now he's got it back in gear again. I think it came out of gear. A tough break at the 88. Brian Maybaum has taken over the lead, and Bobby Busch really pouring the coal to it, a piece of metal, and the track ends up, and then we got cars all over the place. 23 in the front stretch, the 47, and I could read the number on the other car if its door wasn't sitting up by the mass sign. It's the 20 automobile. Geez, he had a fire, and now he lost his door. The way that they put the safety tubing in that automobile, pick the cage up, ready to go with the sportsman event. We keep pushing it right along. Night at the racing with Pennzoil. I'll do 2. Look out. As the 35 automobile, 36 automobile, Mike Tracy, got a real bite on that green flag. Rick Bianca is hard pressed to get up underneath him again and get back into the competition. Dave Nascimento in the 59 had it back off as Craig gets a little bit squirrely. Here comes the 81 of Brian Souza up the outside, being chased by the 64 of George Rigo. Nascimento trying to poke his nose underneath. Bianca is out to the outside. And he had to recover from a little swirliness. Again, he gets swirly. Coming out of the first turn and out of the third turn, he gets swirly. And can't get that 10 back down under control again. And Nascimento, they're finding it a very difficult job to get by the Bianca car. Nascimento is around under the 36 automobile race. Little warning on the 81 to get off Bianca's back bumper as Nascimento takes over the lead. Nascimento has the lead with the 89 of Russ Murray trying to push through behind Dave Bigos' number 29 as the 10 of Bianca is slowly working its way to the rear. And now that lets the 81 finally of Brian Souza get by. As we got competition very, very hot right up on the first pole position. 64 Rigo looks like he wants to get into it too as Chad Chase goes to the outside, Rigo to the inside. It's Dave Nascimento on the pole. Dave Rigo from the 29 running in second spot. The 89 automobile of Russ Murray running third. And Chad Chase is running fourth. Never have a Nico still, he never showed it.
He didn't start. I don't know.
With 2 more to go, 2 more to go. Nascimento has it pretty well wrapped up now. Chad Chase is trying on Murray for size as Murray is hung up behind Bigos. 1 lap to go, white flag coming out. White flag coming out in the Sportsman Division. It's Dave Nascimento. As the cars behind cannot break free. And it's victory time with Dave Nascimento. The 29 of Dave Bigos. Rigo involved in there. As the Sportsman Division, red hot, very close competition.
You mind if we have the next one? Yes, one of the things we'd like to do here is to continue to announce without further ado.
And it's happy birthday to Matty Dewey, the street stock number 109. Matty Dewey. Well, let's see, we have another. And the car number 28, right on the pole, sponsored by Belvin Service Station. And we talked about Belvin over in Lakeville. They're one of our sponsors of our program. Our lucky number program. It's not a lucky number. You look for a lucky symbol inside. And with the lucky...
Rob Murray down to the line. Ron Manfredo lets him go, and we're racing. Todd Henshaw puts his Pontiac out in front, and here comes Bobby Leclerc. Down to the inside, he's a little bit out of shape, but he saves it, but he falls back to third in the number 42. Meanwhile, Todd Henshaw is way out wide. Got a serious push in that Pontiac. Exiting turn 4 that last lap, and he made it just to hold on to the lead, but you can see how he's fighting the push as those front tires are turned to the left constantly all the way around the racetrack. Yellow flag is out for car number 58 as we go to a yellow. Arthur Miranda from Dighton, Mass. in his Ford as he spins. All right, here they come out of turn 4 looking for the start, and Ron Manfredo lets them go. Todd Henshaw down to the low side of the number 28, and Bobby Leclerc on the outside of the 42. Still wheel to wheel, and you can see Henshaw fighting that push as he wheels it out of the corner. And that opens up the door on the inside for Rob Murray. We've got him 3 deep out in turn 2. Here comes Pellin. Bobby Pellin down to the inside, trying to take over third as Leclerc and Henshaw come together. Bobby Leclerc settles back in third. Henshaw is back to fourth. Vanessa is fifth. As Bobby Pellin and the 08 of Rob Murray were able to go up to second and first on that last restart. So Rob Murray in the Sanford Auto Parts number 08 has the top spot at the halfway mark. Bob Pellin sits second. Bobby Leclerc is third. Paul Vanessa's fourth. Todd Henshaw rounds out the top 5. Here comes Pete Bernier in 6th. Tim Andrew 7th. And Corey Boudreau back there in the 8th spot. Ray Alexander and Corey Boudreau battle wheel to wheel as they continue to slug it out. And Corey a little bit out of shape out in turn 2, and he loses the spot to Ray Alexander. Rob Murray a little bit high in turn 2, and here comes Pellin. Bobby Pellin tried to make it work down to the inside in turn 2 as Rob Murray got up to the outside, but he just ran out of racing room. Murray was able to hold him off the lead. Trouble out in turn 2, a couple of cars together, Todd Henshaw and Ray Alexander, and that'll force another yellow flag. Just a one, and it's Rob Murray and Bob Bellin. There's the green flag. We're underway. Rob Murray holds on to the lead, and Pellin is able to settle back in second as Todd Henshaw goes around again out in turn 2, and it looks like he'll just call it quits. 2 to go now for the 8th of Rob Murray. Bob Pellin is second. Bob Leclerc is third, with Paul Vaness fourth, and the 30 of Pete Bernier rounding out the top 5. White flag is out, 1 to go for Murray, who's out in front. Corey Boudreau on the outside there, battling with Ray Alexander for the 7th spot. Checkered flag is out now, and Rob Murray is going to win it in the 08. 2nd spot goes to Bob Pellin. 3rd is Leclerc. Number 08 from Tiverton, Rhode Island, it's Rob Murray's. 2nd spot goes to car number 12. The Page Hauling A&L Auto Parts Allen's Ave Towing, number 12 from Cranston's Bob Pellin. 3rd spot was car number 42, the A1 Container Service Automobile from Taunton, it's Bobby Leclerc. In 4th, the Shanana Chevy from Warwick, Paul Vaness. And rounding out the top 5, car number 30 from Bridgewater, the McDonald Transportation Junior Race Car Chevy for Pete Bernier.
Well, they're ready to go with the 3rd and final heat in the Sportsman Division. And Rich, it's a fantastic job that all of these Sportsman automobiles have been able to make it back this week after last week. There was so many bringing them around. And Dana Willis gets the jump and off he goes. Up around the outside is Ralph Haynes trying to hold on. Dewhurst Lumber's 88 automobile of Scott Anderson as Scotty gets it right down in tight. And Haynes gets way up wide and is losing ground. Oh, we got a jam up as the 2 and the 33 and the 37. Everybody gets by, but the 2 automobile of Johnny Dulac is stuck out there heading the wrong way, and he just couldn't get it going in time as he loses the entire front. Looking for the green. Yes, the green is out. We're racing again. Dana Willis again. This time with Scott Anderson up around the outside. Scott's trying to hold on with it. Scott Fournier down the inside. 3 into the turn. 3 into the turn as Dana is squeezed. Anderson is way out wide. Anderson making room for himself to get back in line as he got out there and couldn't get back in. As Hanato is making it 3 wide further back. Hold on, Willis is out of it. Willis is totally lost it coming out of the turn. He gathers it up and straightens out and keeps on going. The 93 automobile of Scott Fournier is in the lead with the fantastic Tom Scully running in 2nd spot. Joe Carey in the 33 is 3rd. The 11 of Hassel is 4th along with Scott Anderson in the 88. Hanato comes right up into the action, the 14 automobile. It's the halfway mark. It's the halfway mark as Scott Fournier is holding on. Tom Scully. Joe Peary running strong. Joe Peary's got Hassel in the 32. Billy Goodrow is backwards, right coming out of the turn. This could be a problem. Guy gets it out of there. He gets it out of there. We keep running with Scott Fournier. Right now, Hanato gets underneath the 88. Now he's taking on Perry. Hanato, who can get into the corners really down tight, gets under Perry now. Waiting for Perry to give him a little racing room in that corner is Hanato. As Hassel isn't going to give Hanato any racing room. He can help. Your leader is Scott Fournier with Tom Scully. Is Hanato working over Perry? Hanato now tries the outside of Perry with 2 laps. Less than 2 laps to go. Here goes Hanato beside Perry. What a race for 3rd as Rick Hanato is working his way by the 33 automobile. Here's your winner, car number 93, Scott Fournier, with the 7 of Tom Scully. despite Rick Hanitzo looking for room all over the racetrack to get by him, never got into contact. The mighty pros. A warm-up for Wednesday night's racing, ladies and gentlemen, as the mighty Pro Stock automobiles onto the racetrack, and the mighty Rich Badeau to announce them.
Okay, thanks, Jim. The Pro Stock division, the top guns here at Seekonk Speedway, and they're ready to go for their first qualifying round of the night. And on the pole, it's going to be car number 44, the 1991 Seekonk Rookie of the Year, the enthusiast Winston's Restaurant Chevrolet from Providence. It is Mike Santiano. Outside, in car. To ask Rick to wheel the automobile again. Green flag is out. First stop qualifier. You can see we've got trouble right in the start. Rick Martin is way up out of the groove. A lot of smoke coming out of the back of the New England Tech number 2 as Tony Dias rejoins the action. But it looks like there may be liquid all over the racetrack. A lot of smoke coming out of Ricky's Chevrolet, and it looks like he's putting down liquid all over the speedway.
Looks like he's
Yellow
on fire.
flag is out, and that automobile may
He's
be
on fire.
on fire.
He's on fire. He's on fire. The fire truck is going to follow.
The green comes out. Bobby Tripp got a big jump. Len Ellis didn't, and Mike Santiano was able to slam the door. Wayne Dion is up on the outside in the speedy dry, trying to make it work up on that outside groove. Number 99. Let's see how he does up there. Bob Tripp, Mike Santiano, Wayne Dion, Len Ellis, Vinny Anarumo, and Ray Lee are the top 6 cars. Everybody settling down now, single file, except for the third place battle of Len Ellis on the inside, and Wayne Dion up on the high side. And Wayne is making it work for him out there in that slick part of the racetrack. Wayne getting a good bite out of the corners, and now Freddie Estelle begins to make a move up in the 48. He sits 7th on the racetrack. And Flying Freddie is trying to close the gap on the front 6th. Wayne Dion now tries to go up and around Mike Santiano for the runner-up spot. Ellis is back in 4th. As Wayne Dion appears to be running pretty well in that outside part of the track. We're at the halfway mark of this first Pro Stock qualifier. And Bobby Tripp slips just a little bit. Mike Santiano looked to the inside, but Tripp was able to shut the door. Santiano with a good run in 2nd spot. Dion 3rd, Ellis is 4th, and here comes Vinny Anarumo. Vinny coming up on the outside, looks pretty solid in the Jack's Auto Salvage Lumina. Bobby Tripp way out of shape in turn 4. Gathered it right back up, and Wayne Dion was able to use that momentum up on the outside to take over 2nd.
Pull one off the track. 24 went off the inside.
Mike Santiano in the 44, falling back just a little bit as Dion comes up strong on the outside.
Is that all right?
Yep, that's great. Wayne Dion working the high side, goes up and around Bob Tripp. They battle side by side for that top spot. Mike Santiano and Vinny Anarumo are side by side in 3rd. Len Ellis is back in 5th, with Ray Lee sitting 6th. Rick Martin has moved up to 7th spot in the number 2, and we've got 2 laps to go, and what a battle up front. It's Bob Tripp, Wayne Dion, Mike Santiano, Vinny Anarumo, all wheel to wheel with 1 lap to go. One lap remains for car number 50, Bobby Tripp, as he cruises out of turn 4 and will nail down the win of this qualifier. Move, trying to get a better spot, and almost lost it down in turn 1, but Bobby Tripp in the New Way Auto Sales, Bell Parts, New England Sanitation, Pontiac comes home the winner. Second, third, and fourth, the 99 of Wayne Dion, the Copperfields Lounge Chevy, the 44, the Winston's Restaurant Chevy for Mike Santiano, and the 11 of Vinny Anarumo, the Jack's Auto Salvage Chevrolet. Coming home in fifth was the 41 of Len Ellis Jr., the Pennzoil, Bob Sunoco, Barrels Auto Sales, Big Wheel Truck Sales, and Airco New England Chevrolet. And rounding out the top 6 qualifiers tonight was car number 33 from South Attleboro, the Valley Construction Chevy for Ray Lee. And not qualifying, having to move.
The green is down. Doesn't go.
No, it doesn't go. Nice picture.
Whoa, Jimmy Kuhn gets into trouble out there. Jimmy Kuhn got into trouble. He got way out wide on the turns and backed off, and that changed the whole nature of the race as the 18 automobile of Manny Dias trying to get by Kuhn now. Dave Berkman on the outside. With Jimmy Wilkins right behind Bergman in that number 5 automobile. Your leader is Jimmy Kuhn. The young car builder from Massachusetts, bringing it around. There's Manny Dias in the 18. There's Jimmy Wilkins tackling the 10 of Bergman. Jimmy Wilkins in the 5, 87 of Cavallero. Bugsy Stevens in the 03, the 93 of Eddie Pacheco, and the 40 of Johnny Tripp. Up to the outside goes the 18 of Dias. Dias is alongside of Kuhn, keeping him down in close, slowing him down in the turns. Jimmy Wilkins following him right through. And Bugsy Stevens puts the 03 through a wide turn around the racetrack to get up the speed he wants. He's using a very, very wide road. This racetrack. Johnny Tripp looking for the space underneath Bugsy, but Bugsy is cutting a very big apex up. Jimmy Kuhn with now Bergman in the 10 is right behind him underneath him and in front of Wilkins. And Dias continues to give Kuhn a go for his money. Gets caught off the edge of the track as Tripp almost gets underneath the bus. Now the 18 is making a move again. And so is Wilkins as he's following the 18 through. There's Tripp gets under Bugsy. 43. One of the automobiles backfiring badly out there. Jimmy Kuhn. With the white flag, throw a blanket over the first floor automobile. I say that all the time. Here comes your finish, down the line, out of the corner, and it is car number 18 of Manny Dias, nosing out the 72 of Jimmy Kuhn. 93 and the 40 very close to each other. But it was Wildville. Cavallero is something to report to the starter. And we see car number 6 on the track now, Baxter Crown Liquors and Mickey Finn Home Service. The car number 6 has a brand new sponsor tonight, Bassett's Inn.
Does that work? Does that work? Is that underneath Bassett's Inn?
Norm Holden got a big jump that time, but here comes Eddie St. Angelo. What a nice move by St. Angelo. And he scoops up Holden to take over the lead on lap number 1. And it looks like Taylor may have a tire going down. That car is all over the racetrack. Let's keep our eyes on Gomer Taylor's number 3. As he got looks a little better that time. All right, so it is car number 12 out in front. Eddie St. Angelo. Second is the number 6, Norm Holden. Gets a little bit in the dirt out there in turn 3. Charlie Rose looks pretty strong in third spot, and he now tucks it to the inside. He's underneath Norm Holden, battling for the second spot, and they come together.
Holden is running a left rear all the way around the turn. Heats it up. He comes out of the turn, that left rear smokes. See him?
Holden fighting some problems with the number 6, and now Houlihan was able to take advantage of that and goes up to the outside. As Norman's car does look a little bit on the loose side. And at the halfway mark, the driver to watch right now is the number 1, Dick Houlihan. Dick running strong up on the outside. He goes up and around the number 6 of Holden. As they battle side by side now for that runner-up spot. Takes that position. Dick Houlihan. Started 6, takes over the runner-up spot just past halfway. Holden is in third. Charlie Rose is 4th. And Joey Cirillo sits back in 5th. The man on the bubble right now is Joey Caracas. He sits in the 6th and final transfer spot. All by himself, out in front is that red number 12 of Ed St. Angelo, last week's feature event winner. The action heats up for that 3rd, 4th, and 5th spot as Holden, Cirillo, and Rose battle hub to hub. Joey Cirillo takes over the 4th position in the white number 0 as he slides on up through with 2 laps to go. Lap and a half remains for car number 12, Ed St. Angelo, but keep your eyes on the white number 0 of Joey Cirillo. Lap remaining. Cirillo right in the back bumper of Norm Holden, and now he makes a move to the inside. And off turn 4 they come. Checkered is out, and St. Angelo wins it. Houlihan is second. Cirillo is 4th, followed by Rose and Carafas. So there you have it, the winner of our 3rd and final. Number 1, Dick Houlihan. 3rd was the number 6 of Norm Holden, followed by the 0 of Joey Cirillo, the 91 of Charlie Rose, and the number.
That was the last pro stock heat.
You're confusing us.
This will be the consolation event. Last chance to qualify for our sportsman division tonight. And they're rolling out of the speedway, and here's Jim for the lineup.
Okay, Tracy from Seekonk will be on the pole. A very, very important race for him because all of these automobiles that we'll be announcing have as yet to qualify for a starting position in the feature event. This is their second chance. 36 of Mike Tracy from Seekonk. Corey Boudreau in that 21 Shannonaz Assurance Auto Sales car number 21 will be starting second. Ralph Haynes from North Attleboro, who was doing so well and then went to the rear very quickly in car number 97. Craig Pianca in the 10 car, the commercial heating automobile. Ray Alexander Jr. in the Jacks Barr Wilmer Motorsports automobile, car number 4 from Barrington, Rhode Island. Billy Hicks from Carver in car number 38. Mike Sylvia from Warwick. Very important for the I just swallowed an ice cube. I gotta wait for it to melt. Car number 36, Mike Tracy, next to the lead. Corey Woodrow holding down that second spot. Curry's underneath him. Corey's underneath there, and he's sideways into him. As Corey has got handling problems tonight on that 21. Corey thinks if he can get out in front and stay there, it doesn't matter how sideways he gets. As Corey Boudreau on the 21 is out on the lead in this hold on the 4 of Bianca. He had to back off quick, and it got him into trouble. Lost some very valuable space. As Bianca in the 10, 4 of Ray Alexander Jr. Bianca's number 10 is starting to smoke badly. There goes Bianca's engine. There goes the engine on the 10. You can see that developing, and hopefully he isn't throwing too much oil on the racetrack. As Corey Boudreau has the lead. In the 21, the 36, Mike Tracy is running second. 97, Ralph Haynes is third, and Ray Alexander is fourth, as he's a little squirrely in that 4 automobile. The 28 is spun out in the infield. Scott Henshaw, as he's having problems tonight. Corey Boudreau able to cut a pretty good swath all the way around the racetrack. Corey Boudreau, Mike Tracy in the 97 of Ralph Haynes and the 4 of Alexander. The 77 of Mike Sylvia. Of Dana Willis. With two more remaining in this all-important qualifying event for this horseman division. As they're finishing pretty much as they finished in the heats. There are no surprises in this one. Except for the loss of the engine at the 10 of Frank Bianca. One more time around for Corey Boudreau. This is also proving ground to see whether the repairs that they made are the right repairs. Boudreau coming in fast on the 69 of Bob Leahy. He doesn't want to get tangled up on a lap car at this point as he wins the consolation event. In second spot, it's the 36. Mike Tracy finishing third.
Scratch on the grid in the number 18. That'll be Skip Potter. Okay. Yep. Just want to let you for the Formula 4s here tonight, and they roll off turn 4. Robert Doobie and James Silva. There's the green flag. We're back underway. Car number 40, Robert Doobie has the top spot of the Pinto as they head down the back straightaway. But here comes Mike Holyak in the number 72. And Louis Rotondo making a big move in the number 2 Chevette. He's right up there in that number 2. Car number 33, Rich Duffy goes around out in turn number 4. He sits down on the grass in that second corner. But keep your eyes on the pack as they head down the back straightaway. Car number 72, Mike Holyak. Out in front in the number 72, the M&D Auto. Cape Cod Used Cars, number 72 is out in front, and we've got a jam session right here in turn 1. Car number 33, Richard Duffy is involved. Also the number 4. Mike Holyak is out in front of the number 72, and there goes the 2. He gets right around sideways, and he stands on the gas. And he's going to fight a very loose race car for the next couple of laps unless he gets that car to the pits. But here comes the 82. Car number 82, Doug Hansen, jumps right out into the lead, and he started way, way back in the 17th position. And he's already taken the lead just after a couple of laps. Doug Hansen at the halfway mark is out in front. Mike Holyak is second, but here comes the 01. And the 10. The 01 of Betancourt moving up through, and the number 10, and the 05 also there, Johnson. Moving up.
01's Mustang, I think.
Yeah, the 01 of Ford Mustang, Scott Betancourt. And here comes car number 05. The Propane Plus automobile of Tim Johnson. He's in third spot. The number 10 of Neil Anderson is in fourth, followed by Hoyak in fifth. And here comes the 55 up on the outside. Tom Paglio. But keep your eyes on Johnson. He's way up high and out of shape in turn 4, but he gathers it right back up. Meanwhile, Doug Hansen is all by himself. He's got about a half a lap lead in the rest of the field with 1 lap to go. Hansen cruising around the speedway in the number 82, but the battle here is for second between the 01 of Betancourt and Tim Johnson, the 05, Neil Anderson, and Tom Paglio with the double nickel. Now Tim Johnson makes a move to the inside of the 05, the Propane Plus car. He goes to second. Our winner is Doug Hansen. He crosses the line. Here comes second place, car number 05, Tim Johnson. We'll nail it down. Third is the 01 of Betancourt with Tom Paglio, fourth, and the 10 of Neil Anderson. Pipper, look at the 84 here. Puts it in reverse, and he crosses the line. He'll get to take his victory lap, and then he'll... But all the way around the racetrack, why don't you give him a wave as he rolls around the speedway and let him know he did a great job. He won by just about a half lap and dominated this one here tonight.
Good. Dave Duran from Fun 107 is ready to give away some more beach bags. Let's find out what the secret combination is now, Dave.
We have Fun 107 beach bags. These things are hot. They've got t-shirts in them. They've got everything you'll need at the beach this summer. And we've got a whole bunch to give away. We've also got some Fun 107 tank tops. And now would be a good time to do them. Earlier, we gave some away to some folks who were from New Bedford and some folks who were from Seekonk, I believe. Something like that, I'm not sure. Now we're going to give them away. If you can come up to me, the first person.
Gamboa from Seekonk, car number 44. One of the sponsors of the 44 Brown machine. Shane Gamboa from Seekonk and car number 44. Kenny attorneys at Laura and Sharon sponsor the 61 of Larry Linfeld. Kevin Casper of Swansea in car number 88. Having his birthday, the both 4 into the infield. Mike Walsh in the 5 from Westerly in the 08 of Howard Bishop. And we're off and running. So you can go down with Pennzoil and help them? When? At the end of this? At the end of this? Yeah. Okay, try out that new extension. See what happens.
Why do we want to go there now?
At the end of this, we'll interview the winners.
Want to interview the winners of this? We never do that usually.
Oh, that's right, too.
We only usually do the Chargers and the...
Tiger Perry continues to run strong. There's a black flag coming out for somebody. And Tiger Perry from Rehoboth in car number 1 with the 43 automobile of Charlie Jackman. Well, wide goes the 15, and way out in front of him goes the black flag as they want him to hold on to that 32. The 32 has got a little bit of a problem at the halfway mark. Perry has got the lead. We're getting into a lap traffic situation for some of these automobiles now, as the 43 automobile of Charlie Jackman is coming in on Perry right now. Here's Gamboa in the 44. He's got that 44 running strong. The Mercury Bobcat number 3 is running very, very strong. City Towing's 99. Tom Duffy. Always complain about getting any sponsorship, and he doesn't even put his name on the car.
Who's that?
City Towing. Up around the outside is Charlie Jackman with 2 to go. He's going. He's got Tiger Perry. If he can close the door, now Perry gathers it up and comes up alongside of him again. Here comes the 3 underneath. As Brian Thompson making it around. White flag. This could get a go for the 44 Gamboa. As Gamboa hits the 93, we got debris on the racetrack. And the 5 is around and around and around. The caution comes out. The bumper gets hit by the 81. And the yellow is out as they continue to race. They better slack off. Harry, never mind. And the green comes out as the 43 does not get off well at all. And the yellow comes out.
Oh,
hold on there, 56 around, backwards he goes. Boom, and he finally nails somebody.
Oh.
We got them all over the place. Boom-de-dee, boom-de-dee-boom. Okay, you gonna make sure that this time.
43's got a flat.
43 has a flat tire, a tough brake.
The 56 clipped him.
And he got nailed. He cut down the tire. The 3 gets under Perry. And so does Casper. Casper's the birthday boy. He's got a lot trying for him right now. And it's one more time around as the Mercury Bobcat now will be going against that Ford Taurus. As the motor goes to launch or something breaks on the 32, he's almost tipping on the nose first. As Brian Thompson has that Mercury Bobcat out of the turn, he wins it. Brian Thompson wins it, the birthday boy coming in second. The 32 is smoking more and enjoying it less.
Hey, we're advertising. You want a group? Want a group? Get in there. Get in there. Want one alone? One alone? One alone. That's right.
Last night for a minute.
Right here. Right here. Right here. One alone. Ready? Yep, I'm gonna get you. It's all right? One alone. No. Okay, group, get in there, hurry up. Hurry up, I gotta go. Number 6. Number 6. Here we go, next round. How many? How many? 6. Hey, how many is that? 3.
Bugsy Stevens bring him down to the green and we're underway. Storming into the lead is Radical Rick. Only the top 6. Remember, the top 6 will move to the main tonight. And on the bubble is Peter Schwartz. Down to the line, it's the Deuce. Rick 3. Homer Taylor second. Bug Stevens is third. Prenicel is fourth. Fifth is Don Dion, and Peter Schwartz is sixth. Mark Lockwood has a problem. Peter Schwartz is up to fifth now and challenging Freddie Estelle for fourth. Sitting down on turn 2, it is still car number 2. Rick Martin, the Newton Tech Chevrolet out in front. Second is the number 3. Buck Stevens is third. Fourth is Freddie Estelle. Fifth is the 7 of Peter Schwartz. And sixth on the bubble is Don Dion. And Don Dion is receiving a lot of pressure from Dave Madison. Now Schwartz makes a move underneath Freddie Estelle. As they battle it out for the fourth running position. And Estelle is kicked up to the high side, and he'll have to protect that spot as we are at the halfway mark. Dennis Dupree, the number 26, he pulls that car to the pits. But Rick Martin leads. Gomer Taylor, Buck Stevens, Steve Schwartz, Freddie Estelle, and Don Dion. Off turn 4, and another lap goes up on the boards for Rick Martin in the number 2. And Ricky looks a little bit stronger out here tonight in this than he did earlier on. Taylor settling in second, Stevens third, Schwartz, and Estelle. The battle right now for that final transfer spot between Don and Dave Madison. As those two guys go at it nose to tail. Madison takes a peek side by side, and he's able to pull up a little bit in turn 3. Dave Madison takes over the 6th and final qualifying spot at the line with 2 laps to go. 2 to go this time. In car number 2, Rick Martin leads. A new 6th place car is Dave Madison, as he'll be the last car to move to the line. White flag is out for Rick Martin. Homer Taylor, Bud Stevens, and Pete Schwartz are Estelle. And Dave Madison is a front turn for Rick Martin, who will win the Conti. Taylor is second with Stevens, rounding up the top 3. So there you have it.
Supply sponsors the number 22 of Tim Andres. J. Perry Trucking and New England Tire and Battery sponsor the number 33, Joe Perry Jr. from Swansea, Massachusetts. From Warwick, the Shannon's number 9 of Paul Vaness. It's Fantastic Sam's number 7 from Johnston, Rhode Island. Looking for the green, bringing him down. He winds him, he winds him, he winds him, he greens him. As the outside row gets thrown adrift by the 29s, did not get going off the mark. And that left Scott Anderson way out in front. A lot of sparking going on out there right now. The 7 automobile, Tom Scully, way out of shape. A lot of cars out of shape right now as they're trying to catch the 88 of Scott Anderson. Pete Bernie is number 30. Pete Bernie is number 30 automobile. Now the 29 works its way back up through and settles into 3rd spot. He's going to be chased right now by Bob Murray in the 08. As your leader is the 88 of Scott Anderson. And a yellow flag as Chad Chase and George Rigo get tangled up. It looks like Chase has got some damage and he will not be continuing on. And restarted and running. The 88 automobile of Scott Anderson with the 30 right behind him. Mike Bowler, Lenny Bowler's son, and the 30 automobile is challenging with Rob Murray in the 08 running in 3rd spot in this feature event for the Sportsman Division. As Scott Anderson has it together and in front. Deep in the turn, the 22 having a problem getting out way out wide and losing a lot of ground. Bowler gives the 88 a little good morning. And Bowler is looking for a little bit of racing room. Continuing to sneak away around the 88 of Scott Anderson. We got the 14 of Hanato into the infield and back out again. And the 33 of Perry loses the motor. Perry loses the motor. Expensive. Tight racing going on right now as they line up. 8 cars in a row at the halfway mark. 8 cars in a row, and they all want to be first. And they're cutting that corner every time. Your leader is still Anderson. Hold on, the 12, the 11. check on him right away. The 11 of Mike Hassel is sitting up on top of Bobby Pellin Jr. And the 4 is sitting on top of the 11. Hassel's getting out of the automobile all right. Ray Alexander's trying to he's just caught underneath a little bit. He may have cut down a tire as well, I'm not sure on that. They're checking Bobby Pellin. Looking for the grade, coming around. Once again, Scott Anderson has the bit in his teeth and he's running with it. As Bowler is still second. Rob Murray is third. Russ Murray. This is the wheel. Into the second turn, we've lost a wheel. We got a car backwards and we got a wheel coming down. Keep your eye on that wheel in case the car's coming by and hit it. We'll look for it to happen. Wednesday night. Joe Perry coming out of the pits as the green flag comes out. Keeping the competition well behind him. As the 64 Rigo and Hanito would like to get up into the fray, but they got a ways to go. Remember, Hanito went through the infield and lost many, many positions. He's worked his way back up now in that 14 automobile. But there's a log jam in the front as they're finding 5 laps to go. 5 to go. As the 89 is losing some sheet metal. Russ Murray losing sheet metal off of that car. Three more as Scott Anderson continuing to run. They get the black to Russ Murray. He knows he's got a problem. They don't want that fender going under that tire. Hanito gets under Rigo. Nascimento goes through the infield. Nascimento in a cloud of smoke. And we got a fire in the backstretch. Fire in Nascimento's car. Fire in Nascimento's car. The red light is on. Fire in Nascimento's car.
Let's see if they don't, the red light is on. Let's see what they do this time.
Now the red light is on. Everyone is supposed to stop. No one may go in the pits. Nascimento evidently lost the motor and went down the backstretch. Whether he got, let's hope he got out of the car without any injury to himself. A lot of smoke. Got a lot of cars involved, white flag. We got cars all over the racetrack, everywhere. Yellow is out. Has something happened to the 30? Whether he jumped out of gear or...
Rocky D'Alessio going to drive.
Looking for it. Green, white, and checker again. Bobby Leclerc is staying right down there in that second spot. Bobby Leclerc in the 42 automobile as Hanato comes in behind Leclerc. White flag. White flag. Time is running down. As Scott Anderson has got it and rolling. We get a spin on the backstretch as the 11 spins out. It's all over for Scott Anderson. As Hanato finishes several positions ahead of Rego and gets jammed and gets squeezed. As Hanato gets squeezed between the 11 and the 81. But it was after.
Thanks a lot, I really appreciate it. Glad that nobody get too serious with your last week. Unfortunately, we're taking that. What you can do about it. I didn't think I was going to get over. John Madden, Joe Perry, exactly all this guy. Thanks so much. All right, they just came on the truck today, too. Yeah, give me a loan. Hang on. Back there. Go. Back. Gotta get the number. We got the number first, bro. That's it. 0819. 0819. Oh, yeah, Scott. 1845. Come on, Josh, let's go. Look at the camera when you hold it. Down a little bit. There we go. All right. That's right.
Yeah, it's going great. Having a good time.
Well, I know there's one car you're pulling for here tonight, but all these drivers really do a whole lot of work on their race cars, and automobile maintenance, of course, is a big part of it. Most of these guys, in fact, probably all of them, change their oil each and every week, and that is probably the single most important thing you can do to your automobile.
That's for sure.
Well, in just a few moments, you'll be turning him loose here tonight, Brian Dagnall from Pennzoil, as soon as we receive the word from our officials here trackside. The drivers will want to get their automobiles and get themselves strapped into their automobiles as tight as they can. They'll get the shoulder harnesses cinched down tight. They'll get the helmets, straps real tight. They want to make sure everything is perfect before the...
and Anarumo as Anarumo tried to break loose of the pack.
18's out.
18. As the 18 goes into the pit. Down the inside goes Tripp. Tripp in the 40 is in the hunt. Tripp in the 40 is on the hunt. As he's going after Bergman. Wayne Dion and Dick Houlihan stretch it out.
44.
As Santiago drops out. Santiago having trouble. I'm having trouble seeing out of this glass tonight.
Yes, it seems like there's a lot of glare.
Yeah. Bergman's having a hard time to catch Bergman as Bergman is starting to make a move on the leaders. Bergman is closing that gap. And he has dropped back a bit with 10 laps remaining. 10 laps remaining. Wayne Dion. Dick Houlihan. Dave Bergman. As they wind down, Wayne Dion hanging on. It seems to be short time now for Houlihan to make this move. As Dion running as strong as he has ever run, staying in front of Dick Houlihan. The forerunner of maybe Wednesday night. Dion continues. Anarumo still trying to break out. As now Jimmy Wilkins has moved alongside of Johnny Tripp. The time is running down. Five laps remain. Five more. Five more for Wayne Dion. Five very long laps for the 99 automobile. As Dick Houlihan, never more than inches from his back bumper, waits for Dion. Four remain. 3 to go, and they're coming up on a slower car. They'll be coming up on the 2-flag left this time around. Dion is getting a little breathing space in front of him. In front of Houlihan. Vinny Anarumo has moved up. Vinny Anarumo moves up behind Jimmy Wilkins to a 5th position. White flag! White flag for Wayne Dion. White flag for Dick Houlihan. Out of the 3rd turn. If Houlihan's going to do it, it's too late now. And Wayne Dion in the 99. As Jimmy Wilkins, no, Gomer Taylor has something break. Taylor has something break.
He looked extremely strong tonight. His qualifying, he's been very fast to pass all the race against you guys. Well done, right here. Finding out the racetrack, just along the front of the Seekonk Speedway.
on a minute.
Okay. Thanks, man.
Hold on a minute. Okay. I want to leave alone now, okay? Leave alone. All right, right at the wheel? Yeah. Okay, Wayne, right here. Great. Yeah, two.
Wait.
Hang on, everybody. I want his wife in now. Where's that lady? Where's that lady? Look at me. Oh, right here. Look. Oh, yeah, I got him right. Okay, I want a crew. Crew. I want the crew. Hey, yes. Okay. Right here. Okay, what's that? Ollie is a crew.
City 01. Bobby Shutt from Harrisville, Rhode Island, the 64. That's sponsored by the Western Auto of Slatersville. BNC RPM Auto Machine, Village Paint and Decorating, E&I Fasters, and Chapat, Jet, I get it all in, and Forge Custom Sign. Yeah, get ready to go with the lead, the win, the feature, go!
Green flag is out, and whoa, way out of shape out there is that 39, Joe Bannister. But he gathers it right back in as everybody sorts it out down the back straightaway. Tim Nisbet is out of shape, and Walt Britton in the 97 is way out of shape out there in turn 3. But leading lap number 1 is going to be Kevin Follen in the 110. Kevin from Pawtucket has that top spot as everybody's doing a little bit of bumping and banging out there. And Rob Shutt goes off the track in turn 2. Way up high is the number 56, Jerry Bastion. And he's off the pace. Bill Manchester's off the pace. And Walt Britton is off the pace. All 3 cars. Manchester's got his foot back in it. It looks like Britton and Bastion are both going to have to head to the pits. Down the back straightaway, the leader is Kevin Follen from Pawtucket, Rhode Island, in the number 110. Follen with a nice smooth ride is out in front. The 104, Mike Sullivan, rides second, but here comes Carafas. The number 94, George Carafas, up on the outside, trying to make it work for second. Chris Davenport also making a run up there in car number 44. And trouble out in turn 2, we've got 4 cars.
150.
The number 100 of Andy Johnson, the 43 of Kohler, and the 55 of Dave Gould. David's car sits right in the middle of the track, and the yellow is now out. The number 100, Andrew Johnson, and the 55 of Dave Gould with the 2 cars. Triple Crown Series for the pros. We've got cars stacking up in turn 3. The green is dropped, and Russ Petro has dropped the radiator in the 103. Look at this, we've got 3 wide in the grass out in turn 2, and there's a little bit of water down to the racetrack in turn 3. Let's see what happens as they roll through it, and our leader goes sideways. Yellow is out. Yellow is out. Rob Shutt also has a hood come up on the number 64. Past the yellow line, and that means the green can drop, and it does. We're underway. And the 110 of Kevin Follen tries to go back to the lead, but here comes George Carafas. George Carafas down to the low side, grabs that top spot, and Follen a little bit out of shape as he and the 104 of Soap get together. We've got trouble in the 4th turn. The 39 of Joe Bannister and Rob Shutt come together. Bannister pulls away. Shutt is stopped down in the infield, but we remain under green at the halfway point. And Shutt tried to get the yellow, and he's not going to get it.
Boy, it's oil here. Look at the tracks going through the first turn. How much oil there is there.
What's that?
How much oil there is in the first turn.
Yeah, you can see it shining, yeah.
Cut the track.
Car number 94, George Carafas, as well, way up high. Kenny Kohler. Wheel nails it out of turn 4, right up against the wall. Does a nice job, and he tries to carve his way to the front. And we've got a car going around out there in the back straightaway. Looked like it might have been the 01 of John McHugh. He's off the racetrack. Keep on rolling as George Carafas pulling away now. Chris Davenport running second. Back in third is our early lead of the 110. Kevin Paul is Mark Sullivan. Gets a little out of shape in turn 4, but he manages to gather it back up. Race leader comes back off turn 4 for yet another lap. George Carafas.
Black coming up with somebody.
Black flag. Looks like it's going to be the outfields. As George Carafas completes another lap, black flag is out for John McHugh in the 01. Carafas leads Davenport second in the number 75. Jim Hazard is now up the third spot. Jimmy, a feature winner a couple of weeks ago, finds himself up in the third spot with two laps to go. Black is out again for John McHugh as the race leaders come up. Trouble in turn 4. Car number 55, Dave Gould. Goes around and gets banged, but he manages to keep the car under power. 1 lap to go for George Carafas, but Davenport and the 75 of Jimmy Hazard battle hard for second.
Back up.
Hazard down to the inside. This is the battle for second as George Carafas will come off turn 4 and pick up the win. Jimmy Hazard will come home second. Third is Davenport. Fourth is Kohler. And Scott Sunday will come home fifth. So George Carafas from southeastern Massachusetts in the infield, and we'll get his picture taken after the next round.
Right, see, we need the ambulance up to the front.
Up to the front of...
Up to the front main gate.
Main gate. Ambulance to the main gate, please. We need the ambulance to the main gate outside. Once again, your attention, we need the ambulance to the main gate outside, please. Immediately.
Does the pit ambulance go out there?
Put on the headphones to the pits.
Ambulance to the main gate. Pit ambulance to the main gate.
George Carafas coming back around, and once again, all of you down at the start-finish line, George's car will be put down in the infield, and we'll get him out after the next main event.
I'm not having answers.
The start-finish line immediately following this event, all the fans of the winner of this one. Second and final Street Division main event of the night. And we give you the starting lineup. On the pole, and this one's going to be car number 19 from West Warwick, the Shannon Isles, Rossi's Auto Care, Allstate Collision number 19, it's Bob Bush Jr. Outside of the number 108 from Mansfield, Massachusetts, that'll be Ed Proto in his silver Buick. Starting third, the number 74 from Fall River, the Copier Supply, Cape Cod Used Cars number 74, that's Pete Flynn. And outside of the 05 from Attleboro, it's Eddie Flynn. Starting fifth in the number 12, the sophomore driver from Manville, Rhode Island, Smithfield Kennels and VFOP Lodge 45 is Jim Whitehead. And outside, the Pennzoil 00 from Warwick, Rhode Island, also sponsored by Hall's Garage and Friends Auto, it's Gene Weston. Starting seventh, car number 83 out of Wyoming, Rhode Island, the American Speedy Printing Mike's Welding Exeter Salvage number 83, it's Ernie Guillermo. And outside, car number 65 from North Attleboro, the Eagle Claw Construction. Alongside Amasi Harmon in the number 40. Green flag is out and we are underway.
And we got problems with the 30 as he's way up wide. And the other 30 hung up there. Hung up right at the entrance.
That 30 and a 50.
As Eddie Gannon is hung up right in front of the emergency services entrance. See if he can get it going. Your leader is 19, Bobby Bush Jr. And it looks like we'll have to throw the yellow for Eddie Gannon as he couldn't get that 50 going again. it out of gear. Bob Bush. Now he gets it to shift and off he goes. But it's too late as he's lost the lead to the 74 car of Peter Flynn. Third place car gets a little bit squirrely, and Gene Weston in the double zero gets under him. Gene Weston takes over third as the 108 of Eddie Proto gets all out of shape. Now Bush is back on to challenge for the lead as Bush is underneath him. Bush getting a hold on way out wide. The 05 and the 84 were, the 05 still out of line. Gets down across, straightens it out. Eddie O'Connor, we keep rolling along. Now the double zero of Gene Weston has joined the fray as the 03. Not like he blew a tire, but I guess he just backfired. Gene Weston getting ready at the halfway mark to take the lead away from Shutt. From Bush. Gene Weston moves in on Bobby Bush as the 70 automobile of Glenn Lawton is up in there. Weston trying to see over the edge of that hood. He gets warned for rough riding, and he couldn't see over the edge of that hood. Oh, a hard hit by the 5, and an even harder hit by, who is that car? 76. The 76, it looks like Rich Napier, and they both got hit hard. They both got hit hard. We're looking for the OK signals. As Richie Napier and the 05.
Somebody wants to know what junkyard thing you're talking about.
Millis Used Auto, 109 Millis. Looking for the green, bringing him around. Gene Weston. In that double zero. 19.
It's a 70.
As the 70 touches Weston, and everybody comes to a stop. Not quite everybody. Not quite everybody came to a stop. Again has trouble getting that car to take fuel or to shift, whatever it was. Again, he loses the lead, same as he did on the last restart, and then had to fight his way back up to the front again. So let's see what happens this time. As he goes after the 12 automobile, Jimmy Whitehead has the lead, and he's not about to give it up. There goes Gene Weston into the infield, and we got a complete rear end came apart on that car. The 108 automobile, Eddie Proto, either the rear end came apart or he just got the wheel under him somehow as he went for quite a ride. It's still hot, so be careful. We see sparks in the back of that thing. And green. And the 19 again with problems. And it cost the 80 a lot of position. And the yellow is out. As we have a spin in the backstretch on that 70 car. Lenny Lawton, round backwards. Shine next Saturday night. 50 laps for the sportsman. Oh, the 80 pulled out a little bit too wide to get around him, and he nailed the wall. And Jimmy Whitehead has the lead. They're 3 deep in that turn. Rolling Wheeler in the 6 and the 03 Paul Melberg all want a piece of him. So does Hamasi Harmon as they get in deep into the turn. The 03 gets out of it, gets off the track, and bang, the 74 hits the wall very, very hard. And the driver is holding the steering wheel around hard. He's moving around inside the thing. He's unstrapping as the 74 automobile of Pete Flynn is a total disaster. He's okay. He's okay, Pete Flynn. But his car is a total disaster. He and Hamasi Harmon somehow locked coming out of that third turn, and he went straight in. As the 03 gets wound right up tight, he can really scream that motor. Hamasi Harmon comes in behind the 03. That's the 6. Weaver is trying to stay with Hamasi. Jimmy Whitehead is in the lead. Hamasi Harmon is up against the 03, the 30 of Bola. 2 to go for Whitehead. And Hamasi Harmon can taste a victory coming up, but he's got to stay off of Whitehead or he'll get sent back. They're watching him very, very close. Hamasi goes to the outside. White flag coming out. As Jimmy Whitehead and Hamasi Harmon go through the first turn, through the second turn, Whitehead still has the advantage down the backstretch. Whitehead still has the advantage. Whitehead is wide coming out of the turn.
Yep, can I have him alone? All right, thanks a lot. Appreciate it, buddy. I want to get...